Hi guys, Tech James here. In this video I will be showing you guys how to upgrade your PlayStation 3 Slim or Fat from the hybrid firmware into some proper custom firmware. So this could be like Rebug or Ferox or something like that. I will be using Rebug. So what you guys want to do is get your PlayStation 3's USB, go and connect it to your computer, and I will show you guys what to do next. Okay guys, so over on your computer there's actually quite a lot of files we have to get, but before that make sure you have watched and completed this tutorial. This will show you how to install the HFW on any 4.84 PlayStation 3, so you must have done this if you want to upgrade it to Rebug or Ferox or another custom firmware, and that is what we're going to do in this video. Now there's a lot of links you guys will need to go to. You will need to have Python installed on your computer. You can just click download and then set it up. This is basically like a programming language. Okay, the next thing we need to get is the PS3 hybrid firmware update. You probably would already have this from my last video, but if you don't, just scroll down and you need to click this link right here, and then it will bring you to a mega page, and all you want to do is just click download or save. I've already got it. Next you'll need to go to this GitHub link. From here you just need to click on clone or download and just click on download zip. It will then download the file. Next we need to go to this mega link and we need to click download a zip up here. Exactly the same thing for this one, click download a zip, and then exactly the same thing on this one, click download as well. And then here is the Rebug firmware. Now it's up to you what firmware you want, but we will be checking this out later, so we're not going to download this just yet. Once you've got all of these files, you want to go ahead and go to your PC's downloads folder and just find it where you've got them. We also need MiniWeb. This is from the last video, so if you guys saw, I would have launched this up in the last video, so we still need to keep this, so make sure you go and find it from the last tutorial that you followed. So before we do anything, let's go into the images folder, because we need to find out if our PlayStation, what version it is, so we can see if we can actually install this. So this only works on the PS3 Fat and the PS3 Slim. You actually need to find your serial number at the back. This is how to find it on the PlayStation 3 Slim, and then this is how to find it on the Fat version. This is the version I will be using, so I've actually taken a picture of mine on the back just so I can identify it. Now make sure you don't show anyone your serial number or the barcode. Make sure to blur that out if you're going to ask questions, but mine is CECHP. We don't need to take note of the number, just this bit right here. Now we're going to use this diagram and we're going to find out can it be downgraded and what PS3 type it is. So let's have a look. CECHP, here it is. My one is a Fat Nor PS3 type and it can be downgraded. So make sure you, if you're using the Slim, I will show you how to find out. Okay, so once we have got this and we know it can be downgraded, or maybe it can't be, let's go ahead and find out. So we want to go back to our PlayStation files. We want to find this file, the min version check. Right click and just select extract to min version check. Okay, so once we've got that, you can actually just delete the zip file so it doesn't get confusing. Go into this file folder and we actually need to copy this across to our PS3's USB stick. So make sure your PlayStation 3's USB stick is connected to your computer. We need to drag and drop this into the PS3 folder and then into the update folder. You should have this. If you don't, you can just create them very easily. So let's just check it is in there. Now let's go back onto our PS3. And let's check what the lowest firmware is. Now this is mainly for PS3 Slim users, but just follow along anyway. Okay, so once we're back on our PlayStation, we need to press X on System Update. Make sure your USB is plugged in to the top port. Go to Update via Storage Media and press on X. It's going to say Scanning, then you can just press X on OK. Now it's going to get this message. It should fail, that's a good thing, but it's going to say Update data of version 2.45 or later can be installed on this system. Now it must be lower than 3.56. If it's above that, you'll break your console. So make sure it's a low firmware, just like mine, 2.45. That is completely fine. So we're going to press circle to go back, and now we need to go back onto our computer again because we need to set up some files. Okay, so once we're back on our computer, we can actually just delete this file just because we don't need it anymore. And we need to get the NOR plus NAND dumper. So right click this and just select extract to NOR plus NAND dumper. Once it's extracted, what we can do is actually just press delete and remove the zip file. So go into the dumper folder and go into this file right here, and we need to find miniweb.exe. What we have to do, right click and just select run as administrator, and then just click yes when it comes up, and now it will be running. So make sure you just click allow access on your firewall. It's completely completely safe. You just need to allow it so you can use it on your PlayStation. So make sure you just take note of the host IP here. We will need to enter that over on our PlayStation 3. Okay guys, so back on your PS3, let's scroll over and we need to find the network section, and we need to scroll down and press X to open up the internet browser. What we actually have to do from here is actually just press the triangle button. We need to go to where it says tools, and we need to scroll down and just press X on delete the cache, and then just press X on yes. Now we also need to delete the history as well, so press triangle, go down to history and press X, press triangle on options, go up to delete all, and then just do yes. Now what we have to do is press circle, close down the browser, and we're just going to reopen it real quick. It also must be on a blank page, but if you followed my last tutorial, it will be opening on that anyway. Press start to open up the address box, and this is where we want to enter in the IP address, which is over on our computer. So here is mine. Once we've got it, we just need to press start, and then it will connect. So what we are looking for, we just need to scroll up. You can press R3 if you wish to zoom in, like I did. So guys, make sure your USB is still plugged in to the top port or the right port, and what we want to do is just have a look back at that image, and we need to find out, is our PlayStation 3 a NAND PlayStation 3 or is it a NOR PlayStation 3? Mine ended up being a NOR, so depending on which one it is, NAND or NOR, you want to select the HTML part here, just index_NOR or index_NAND.html. Press X just to load up this web page, and then just press X on OK. We're then going to get onto this page. You need to just press X on the first button here, so just go ahead and press X on that. Now you just need to wait for it. As you can see, the percentage bar is just going to count up, so just wait for that to finish. Okay, so hopefully it will be successful for you as well. If it isn't, try and bookmark the page and try again. Next, we need to press X on the second option, which is the dump 16MB NOR flash to the USB device. So press X on this, and it's going to start dumping it onto our USB. So again, we've just got to wait for this to complete. Okay guys, so now it has done, so don't worry if it takes a while. That did just take me about 6 to 10 minutes, I don't know, it took a while. Okay, so once that is done, what we can actually do is unplug our USB from our PlayStation. Let's plug it back into our computer, and I will show you guys what to do next. Okay guys, so we are back on the computer and my USB is plugged in. The first thing we have to do, this mini web thing that's still running, we just want to close that down. Now as you can see, here is the dump hex file, the 16MB file we have got. We need to right click, create a new folder, make sure you don't lose this. Let's just call it dump hex, maybe like clean at the end. Just like that, and then let's just go ahead and put this file into that folder. So what we actually have to do is go and copy this, or just drag and drop it, or we can just right click and go to cut, and let's go and put this somewhere in my downloads folder. So I'm just going to put it along with my other files in the PlayStation files, so right click and paste it in here, and there you go, we have got our dump hex, the clean version, over in our downloads folder. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is go and get the flash hex 4.84 HFW, right click this zip file and just click extract to. It's then just going to put it into a file folder for us, so we can actually just press delete to get rid of this zip file. Let's go into it and go into that file, and what we have to do is just drag and drop this to the root of our PlayStation 3's USB. So simply just drag and drop it and then make sure it's on there. Next, we also have to extract something else. We have to extract the writer this time. So right click, select extract to. Once that is done, we can actually delete the writer's zip file, go into the writer's file right here, make sure you don't choose the dumper, go inside of that, go inside of this, find the miniweb.exe, right click and just click run as administrator, click on yes, click allow access if you get this box, and now as you can see it's running and we've got an IP address. So let's go back onto our PlayStation 3, enter in this IP address, and I will show you guys what to do next. Also make sure to plug in our USB to the right port. Okay guys, so once we're back on our PlayStation, press circle on our controller and press circle again if you're zoomed in, and just press X to close the browser. So what we actually have to do is open up the internet browser again, and as soon as it opens we have to press start on our controller, and we've got to enter in our IP address that it displays. So it will be the same one as last time, so just go ahead, press start, and you will connect to this web page. So again, select NAND or NOR depending on what your PlayStation is. We've just got to select the HTML version because we are using a USB. So just press X on this, then just press X on OK, and it's going to load up this web page. All we have to do is just click this button right here, initialize exploitation, press X on that, Now you've just got to again wait for this progress bar to complete. It should do it pretty quickly. As you can see, that only took a couple of seconds. Once that is done, you just have to press X on patch NOR flash memory. So just press X on this one, and again we just have to wait. Now this one says it takes a few minutes. Last time it took about 6, so I'm just going to leave that and let's wait for it. Okay guys, so now it has done. As you can see, NOR flash memory patch operation completed. You can now dump the NOR and check the patch has been applied successfully. So what we're going to do is just press circle, circle again. We're going to close down the browser. We then need to take out our USB, plug it back into our computer. We need to delete a file, and then I will show you guys what to do next. Quickly back on our computer again, make sure our PlayStation's USB is plugged in, and we can find the flash file here. All we have to do, right click, click delete, and then just click on yes. We do not need this file anymore. Next we need to go to our PC's downloads folder, and we need to go back to my PlayStation files. We are looking for the dumper folder this time, so double click to go into that, double click to go into this one, and you need to launch up this mini web. Make sure you close down the other one first. So this is the writer, close down the writer, and let's double click, actually no, right click, run as administrator, click yes, and then this will open. So next, go back onto our PlayStation, enter in our IP address again, and I'll show you guys what to do. So go ahead and connect your USB, make sure we're back on the PlayStation, and we need to just go ahead and open up the internet browser again. So this time what we need to do is basically dump our NOR again. It's because this is the patched version. So just going to press start, delete all of this like rubbish, go ahead and just put in your IP address, and then let's just press start to connect to it. Let's just zoom in, and again do exactly the same thing. If you choose NOR or just choose NAND, whichever one you choose, I'm going to choose NOR, the index_NOR.html. Press X on that, press X for OK, and then just press X on initialize exploitation. This is going to dump another NAND over to our USB, so make sure you removed the previous one, and that should be in our downloads folder or just somewhere on our computer. So just press X on this button, and now we've just got to wait for it. So when we get the success, all we have to do is just dump the 16GB NOR to our USB again. So just press X on this. Now again, this took quite a while last time, so I'm just going to wait for it, and I'll be back when this is done. Okay guys, so now this one is finally done. Now if you get any errors with this, all you have to do is restart the web browser, also restart the mini web dumper over on your computer. But once this is done, what we can do is press circle and press circle again just to exit out of it. So now, do you want to close the browser? Press X on yes. Okay, so now we have got our second dump. This will be the patched version. Let's unplug our USB stick and let's go back onto our computer. Okay guys, so back on with our USB plugged in, we need to right click and create a new folder on our USB. With this one, we can just call it dump hex, so dump hex. We're just going to put patch at the end, so we know this is the patch version. So then just drag and drop our 16MB dump hex file into this, right click and cut. Now we need to just go to our PC's downloads folder, so here's mine, and let's just paste this in. So if I just refresh this real quick, there you go, we've got clean version, and then we've also got the patched version. Okay, so what we need to do next, make sure we get our mini web, and we just want to close this down. Next, we need to find the PYPS3 tools, right click this zip file, and just click extract to PYPS3 tools. Once that is done, we can press the delete key to remove the zip file, go into this folder, go into this folder right here, and this is the folder we need to get. So make sure you select the PYPS3 checker and just drag and drop this in your files or just back in your downloads folder. Now we just need to get the dump hex, the patch version, get this file, right click and copy it, go back, go into the PYPS3 checker files, right click and then paste that in here. Next, what we have to do is just get the PY checker, right click and go to rename. Next, we want to select everything in this file, right click and copy. Make sure you select the PY at the end as well. This is called file extensions. If you don't have that enabled, you can just look that up quickly. But what we want to do is just type in CMD at the top here. And then once we've typed in CMD at the top, you just press the enter key on your keyboard, and it's just going to start up a mini command prompt for us. So we need to press Ctrl V on our keyboard to paste in this, then press the spacebar key on our keyboard. Now we need to find a dump hex, right click, rename, make sure you select all of this. Now you can type it in, but it's easier just to copy and paste it. So now we just need to Ctrl V paste, and then just press the enter key on your keyboard. So I'm just going to make this a bit bigger just like that. Press the enter key, and now you've just got to wait for it to do its thing. Now for some reason mine doesn't work, but what you would normally do is just type that in or paste it in checker.py space dump.hex, and then when you just press the enter file, it should like load up and tell you if you've got any errors. Mine isn't working right now, so I've actually found another program that we can check this with. So what I will do is I will leave a link in the description to the PS3 jump checker. Now this is some different software. It pretty much does the same thing, but for some reason this one works and the other one didn't. So if you want to get this, clone or download a zip. It doesn't really matter which one you decide to use. They both pretty much do the same thing, but obviously one just isn't working for me. So go and get your patch version, just right click and then go down to copy. Then we just need to go into the PS3 dump checker, and we need to go into the latest compiled version, right click and paste it in here. Then what you have to do is right click, rename it. Where it says hex, you just want to change that to bin, and then press enter again on yes. Now double click to open up the exe, and now it says, did you read the terms and conditions? Make sure you read what it says on the last bit. Yes, we did, so we can click on OK. And now what we have to do is click on check image, find our dump bin file inside our latest compiled version, just click on open, and now what it's going to do is it's going to check it, and hopefully we won't get any errors. So you just have to wait. And there you go. When it says patch image, just click on no. And as you can see, it says okay. Now, sometimes it might say bad, but luckily mine worked. If it says bad, try and dump it again, and hopefully it will work the second time. So that is pretty much it, guys. We can close any of the checkers, whether we use this one or if we use this one. And what we can actually do is go ahead and open up Google Chrome or some kind of internet browser, and we can find the custom firmware of our choice. I would recommend Rebug, but it is entirely up to you. Rebug 4.84.1 is a really good one. So we're going to scroll all the way down. We're going to find it. I'm going to get the Rex edition right here. So we're just going to click on this, and that will begin downloading for us. So once we've got that file, go to our downloads folder and find it. Okay, so here is mine, and what we're going to do, double click on this, double click on the text file, select this right here, and right click and copy, go back to Google Chrome, right click and paste and go at the top, and it's going to start downloading our firmware. So again, wait for this to download, and when it's done, we can copy this across to our USB. Now once that has done downloading, go to your downloads folder and find it in here, right click and rename the file, and of course just delete everything just so it's PS3 updat.pup. So delete all of the text which is in front of it, and it will just end up looking like this. Next we're going to right click and copy this, go onto our PS3's USB, go into the PS3 folder, update folder, delete this one. This was the version checker, so delete that. Right click and paste Rebug in, wait for this to copy across. So now just wait for this to copy across, and when it's done, what we can actually do is plug our USB into the developer port, and then we will be able to install this custom firmware. So guys, if your internet browser is still open, just make sure you close that down, and we actually need to completely restart our PlayStation. So let's just go and turn off the system. Do you want to turn off the system? Press X on yes, and now just wait for it to turn off, and as soon as it turns off, we can actually turn it back on. So now just wait for your PlayStation 3 to turn itself back on, and when it does, we can actually install the custom firmware. So just give it a few seconds. And what we want to do is scroll over, go to settings, go to system update and press X on this, go to update via storage media, wait for it to scan, and here you go, 4.84.1 Rebug. Press X on OK. It's going to say please wait. Now you just need to scroll along this user agreement, choose accept, and then just choose start. Now it's going to start installing the proper custom firmware. Before we were on HFW, now we're going to get CFW. So let's just wait for this to install. It does actually have two parts. This is the first part, then the console will restart, and then it will actually start installing it. So let's just wait for this to complete. If you get to this screen, once it restarts, checking for update data, all you have to do is wait. Sometimes it can just take a few minutes. And then as you see, it's going to start installing. So once your PlayStation restarts, what we can actually do is just check, and here you go, we've got package manager, install package files, we've got all of these things, but let's go and have a look at the system version. This should be Rebug. When you restart, you should also get a Rebug boot screen. We can test this out, but let's just go system settings, system information down here. And there you go, we're still on version 4.84. So there you go guys, that is how you install Rebug on your PlayStation 3 when it's on version 4.84. 8.84. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Hopefully it wasn't too long. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.